Welcome. This presentation will analyze Makoto Shinkai's 2016 masterpiece, Your Name. We will explore how the film's formal elements of mise-en-scène, cinematography, editing, and sound are used to articulate the protagonist's shared hero's journey, a path of connection, loss, and reunion across time and space. Our story begins not in one world, but two. The film's opening uses alternating scenes to introduce the protagonists waking from dreams of another's life. This disorienting cinematography and confused soundscape immediately establishes this central mystery, a connection they feel but cannot yet understand, the first stirrings of their shared journey. Here we meet Mitsuha Miyamizu, a high school girl living in the rural town of Itomori. The mise-en-scène emphasizes a life of tradition and tranquil beauty, but the cinematography often frames her as feeling small and constrained by it. This is her ordinary world, a place she deeply loves but also desperately wants to leave. Mitsuha's internal conflict is externalized through her duties as a shrine maiden. The mise-en-scène contrasts sacred tradition with her modern anxieties. This is her call to adventure, not a grand quest, but a heartfelt cry of frustration against her predetermined path. And here is Taki, the Tokyo boy she dreams of being. His ordinary world is vibrant and impersonal metropolis, established through fast-paced editing and a bustling urban soundscape. The cinematography captures the energy of his life, yet also hints at a subtle sense of longing, a missing piece he has yet to find. Both protagonists cross the threshold as they accept their supernatural reality. The editing uses a montage sequence of notes and phone screens showing their adaptation. The cinematography employs split screens and parallel compositions, visually uniting their separate worlds, underscored by upbeat contemporary music. In the stage of tests, allies, and enemies, the alternating scenes cuts between their two lives. The mise-en-scène shows them in school and workplace settings. The cinematography uses two shots and group compositions to show their developing relationships, while comedic music plays at the back. This slide marks the beginning of the approach to the inmost cave. The mise-en-scène of the date is sterile and awkward, contrasting with the vibrant scenes of the body swaps. This cinematography uses awkward framing and distance to emphasize the male protagonist's distraction, while the sound design highlights the strained dialogue and lack of chemistry. Here, Taki realizes his longing is for the female protagonist, Mitsuha, not his date. The cinematography uses a close-up of his hand where he instinctively reaches for his phone. The editing is slow, focusing on his internal realization, while the sound shifts to a melancholic score, underscoring his decision to call her. These scenes show the female protagonist, or Mitsuha, with her new haircut at the festival, looking sad. The mise-en-scène is vibrant with festival lights, but cinematography isolates her in the crowd. The sound is loud festival music, but the silence of her phone and the lack of a call emphasizes the time gap and the emotional distance. Taki feels uneasy and distracted by the sudden stop of the body swaps. The cinematography uses long shots of him in the city, emphasizing his isolation and sense of loss. The editing shows him setting out on his journey, driven by an unconscious need to find her, marking his true crossing of the threshold. This is a flashback to a test during a body swap. The mise-en-scène is the traditional shrine setting. The cinematography uses a close-up on the grandmother's knowing gaze, while the sound design focuses on her dialogue. "You're dreaming, aren't you?" A moment of supernatural aid that validates Taki's quest. Taki faces the ordeal when he discovers the truth. The mise-en-scène is a local library or town hall filled with old newspapers. The cinematography uses a dramatic zoom on the article revealing the female protagonist's name among the dead. The sound design is minimal, letting the devastating truth of the discovery resonate. Here, Taki's friend asks about the braided cord he wears, which he initially dismisses as a good luck charm. The cinematography uses a close-up shot on the cord, highlighting its significance. The sound design focuses on the dialogue, which serves to emphasize Taki's growing yet unconscious connection to Mitsuha. Taki enters a sacred cave, a mise-en-scène rich with Shinto symbolism. After consuming the Kuchigami sake, the cinematography shifts to a highly subjective, fluid perspective. The editing employs a rapid, non-linear montage, cross-cutting through Mitsuha's entire life, granting Taki the crucial narrative information, the elixir, needed to bridge the time gap and fulfill his quest. Taki, now inhabiting Mitsuha's body, initiates the resurrection. The mise-en-scène is the town in chaos. The cinematography uses dynamic, low-angle running shots to convey urgency. The editing employs rapid, action-oriented cuts, showing the decisive, heroic action of executing the evacuation plan with her friends. This is the climax of the road back, occurring during twilight. The mise-en-scène is the mountain summit bathed in a highly saturated, ethereal light. The cinematography uses a powerful two-shot composition emphasizing their brief physical connection. The sound design swells with the score, marking the emotional peak of their journey before the editing cuts to the separation. Mitsuha, back in her own body, runs to remember Taki's name. The cinematography uses a tight close-up on her hand as she falls. The editing slows dramatically, focusing on the moment she reads the inscription, "I love you." The emotional elixir delivered through the mise-en-scène of the hand confirms their bond and provides the emotional strength for her final successful action. This slide depicts the catastrophe averted. The cinematography uses wide high-angle aerial shots of the meteor's impact, emphasizing the scale of the destruction. The editing employs spectacular visual effects and rapid cutting, while the sound design is explosive and dramatically orchestral, confirming the success of the protagonist's combined heroic efforts. The cinematography uses long shots of them passing on the trains, then tracking shots as they follow each other, emphasizing their unconscious pull. The editing builds pace, then pauses for the final close-up. The sound is a climatic musical swell, resolving their emotional arc with the final question, "May I know your name?"